Black suits is the playoffs. White suits is the playoffs. Big ice is the playoffs. Champagne is the playoffs. We in town for the playoffs. When I'm in town, it's the playoffs. We in town for the playoffs. When I'm in town, it's the playoffs.
We've made it to playoff week at Stilton Studios. It's the Logjam. I got Darren. I got Tom. I got Billy for a special playoff edition of the Logjam.
Welcome to the second annual playoff Logjam.
Absolutely. Welcome. For those of you who are going to be in the playoffs, congratulations. Some of you just sliding in. But overall, man, just a great week last week. Very reminiscent of the entire year, I think, this year. Just was very close. Some things that were just unprecedented, like I'm just pulling a name out of a hat, Corey, who was second in points and somehow missed the playoffs.
It's not very common in leagues across the whole U.S. I mean, you see a lot of guys that maybe finish third or fourth in points and somehow slide, but second in points. Ooh, that's a tough pill to swallow.
Yeah, if you look, you can see Ari K's back there saying, well, if we did the average points of the week, then Corey would still definitely be in the playoffs. But
And Corey's going to be up all night doing the math. I talked to him earlier today about it. Same kind of voice you made about, all right, he's like, I'm going to be up all night figuring this shit out. So,
well, I can save you the math. You would be in the playoffs if we were using that system. So bummer about that. It is a tough way to go out, man. We design your teams to score as many points as you can from week to week. You score the second most points in the league and not making the playoffs. But he ran into a buzzsaw. OBJ scores 33 points from sucky Carson Wentz.
Wow.
Yeah, OBJYN, though, has been there all year. A high points total. So congratulations again to taking home some money.
About
to
time.
the merci beaucoup.
Yep. Absolutely. And it came down to Monday night for sure. I mean, the Avengers facing the Hammers, we'll congratulate everyone as we go down, but it seemed insurmountable, the lead. It wasn't going that way. And in the first possession of the Vikings, Dalvin Cook, run, catch, touchdown, puts a lead on the board, but you're assuming that entire time that Tyler Lockett is going to make a catch.
Yeah, I mean, at least
one.
Yeah, the guy's been a stud all year for Seattle. I guess he had the flu or something. I'm not really. That's what I was.
And by my math on that last Seahawks drive with them at their own 45 yard line, one catch for a touchdown plus the 55 yards would have been enough to end that game. So it was not over till the very last drop. But yeah, it was a big win. Zorro's beating the Pimps last week.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, we assumed that was going to happen, but the squad showed up, put up some effort. I was trying to. I don't think it even really would have mattered if I would have beat him. I think Joel would have probably still been in because of the loss.
As close as the other games were for sure.
But we had to give the effort, the respect to those teams that were battling. We had to put our best effort out there. So.
With that win, Zorros were thinking they were going to clinch the number 3 spot, but along come the Poway Titans.
Yeah.
Put up 122-7. Doesn't seem like you're going to win a lot of points battles, but 2.7 points enough to vault him into third place. Congratulations.
Green and gray day for us there Sunday, guys. Green and gray day for us today, so we're happy and pleased of our result. We had a lot of help from the football gods, so to speak.
Absolutely. It was a big win. On the other side of that, it's kind of a rough weekend for Daddy, huh?
Yeah, I would say that for sure. I think at the beginning of the season, if we go back and look from the draft to the keeper draft to the real draft, that we kind of had Daddy as a somewhat heavy favorite going in here. We liked his team. We really liked his draft. We thought that there was... I thought for sure he was going to be one of the top 6 teams in the league to get in.
For sure.
And it just didn't roll that way for Daddy this year.
Daddy may have to change his name to Donuts. It is another week with a 0 up there.
And a fine.
Yep. You also look at that, that tight end position was 0. The New Orleans Saints would have gotten him into the playoffs. There was a couple of decisions. Luckily, we did get Daddy on the line. He normally comes to the podcast to show with us, but Daddy, are we connected with him? There it is, Daddy.
Tom, how you doing?
Good. We're just going to ask you, how are you feeling about? Uh-oh.
Oh God.
Was that a car accident?
Kevin, will you call 911 and see if we get an address with that?
Yeah.
Daddy.
I got you.
Welfare check?
God, I hope he's okay. Well, on with the pod. That brings us to Avengers Hammers. Hammers, congratulations, not facing the Blue Balls for the first time in recent memory.
Yes, congratulations, Hammers will be giving those up, and I mean that's good. That's good for him. And again, he's looking to go win a championship. There's of the 6 teams that are in, 4 of them are looking to repeat. Or not repeat, but become, one of them's looking to repeat.
Yes.
The other 3 are looking to become 2-time champions, which would join the Cardinal Sin and myself as 2-time champions. And then 2 of them are actually trying to win their first championship.
That being the Zorros and OBJYN, or as we were talking earlier, does anyone remember the name that they'd have to put on the trophy if they did win?
Ooh, it's not Merci beaucoup.
Yes,
Okay,
it is.
okay.
Hard to say, it's been so long.
I thought there was a trick question that I
No.
forgot maybe
No,
the
it took
first
me a
one
minute.
you
I was
ever
like,
put up.
biggest pile of garbage. OBJ, Odell Beckham's got a college. I just couldn't remember. But it, because at one time Ari had asked us all to submit final franchise names, so that in our history book we can kind of know who's who and keep a tally. If Steve does win this year, it would be Merci beaucoup.
And there are other fantasy leagues out there for where the name changes the
Sure.
important part. This is more of an actual football kind of league. But
Yeah.
that isn't anything that you're going to hear. The man's in second place.
Yeah.
He's earned a bye along with Chris Minter. Congratulations to those 2 teams.
Congratulations.
The other side of the Hammers Avengers game is the Avengers backing into the playoffs, squeaking into the playoffs, needing all kinds of help.
Dump truck with its beeper.
Oh,
on.
buddy, it has been a rough 4 weeks. A slide,
The chair
unprecedented,
is in.
a chip in a chair, man. And
Yep.
there's enough talent on that roster. Things turn around. Maybe a couple matchups this week. We're looking to.
You're already favored for this week to have a big win. So congratulations.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see about that.
Yeah, it really
This
does
guy.
come down to
This guy's like,
matchups.
No jinxes
You know,
on the pod, dude. No jinxes on the pod.
This time of year, it comes down to matchups, and sometimes people plan for it, and they make moves ahead of time or make trades because they're in position to. They've had enough wins. Sometimes you don't, but really, it comes down this time of year to those matchups. So regardless of the fact that the last 4 weeks,
Doesn't matter.
it really doesn't matter.
Any
Only
given
week-
Sunday.
only
Or
week
Monday
that
or
matters, week
Thursday,
14.
depending on.
Well, speaking of Ari and the Blue Balls, there are 4 teams that will be playing to avoid that fate.
Yep.
As we go into next week's picks, we were going to just briefly kind of hit on the 2 matchups: the Young and Confused taking on the Cardinal Sin. Who you liking that one, Billy?
Cardinal Sin. It's got to be all day. He's the point leader in the house in the bottom
I
half of the playoffs.
absolutely want to take the Cardinal Sin also, and will take the Cardinal Sin here. But if this year it goes the way that it has, Young and Confused is going to put up 190.
Probably.
and the Sin will put up 150 and lose. But I'm still going to take the Sin here as well.
I think he should have gone the other way there. I can't take anything but the Sin. It's just a points disparity there. So that's a 3 for on the Sin.
3 Sin bid?
3 Sin Min, Menage a Trois, something like that for sure. On the other side of the bracket, Darren, your pimps take on Tom Farrell's daddies, or maybe formerly Tom Farrell's. We're not sure if he's okay. Hope you're okay, Tommy.
Yeah.
Hope that wasn't
Maybe a opening.
Hopefully he'll start some active player. Well, hopefully not.
Well, that'd be another 5.
Seems like Gerald
And then if he
Evans
doesn't
and-
start a player the week after, he'd be kicked out of the league.
That is true.
That'd
Well, I
be
guess
three
if
in
he's
1
not
year.
alive, I guess that's kind of a moot point. But
Wow.
the point is, Darren, who you taking? Yourself versus?
Oh, I think this is going to be a close game. I really do. I think I'm going to take the Pimps.
Oh, to me?
Sure.
I'm going to take Daddy this week, I think.
Oh, you're taking Daddy. You're hoping that Gerald Everett comes back and that he's not banking on a lot of things, Billy, going to
Gerald
Daddy's
every
camp.
weekend.
I too have faith that Tom Farrell's going to be okay and is going to come in. I just don't know what. I'm gonna take Daddy. It's kind of a waffle.
Fair enough.
Write it down.
But that gets us to the playoff matchups. The
The
4.
only thing that really matters.
Yeah, that was
the
that's an aside for what, but a matchups of the 4-5 teams, the Hammers and the Zorros. Both teams 3-1 in the last 4 games. The Hammers averaging 138, the Zorros averaging 133.
Wow.
It's going to be a barn burner, huh?
This game's going to come down to matchups, and I'll take the commish here.
Oh wow, that was quick.
Stop.
I'm going to take
Hammer
the
time.
Zorros. I got faith in the Z-Man.
I came into the pod thinking I was going to take the Hammers, but I was looking at matchups. I just feel like the Zorros have a little bit more firepower on there. I don't know, Aaron Rodgers, Kittle. taking the Hammers as well.
You know what I would like to see here? I wouldn't even mind seeing like Alvin Kamara just blow up. You know, something.
His knee?
No, I mean maybe put up 45. And
Like a revenge game situation.
don't you think that Kamara's like, I was your guy here? you sent me to Mexico.
Wow.
You sent me down south, and this could be a revenge game for Kamara.
I don't know. Robinson. Yeah, this could be the Kamara revenge game. We'll put that in the footnotes. If Kamara goes
And
crazy.
except that he's playing San Francisco, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
So.
It is what it is. On the other half of the bracket, it's our game. The Titans at the 3 seed against the Avengers. Titans are 3-1, winners of their last 3 straight, averaging 138. While the Avengers, as we spoke of earlier, 0-4 in their last 4 games, averaging a meager 108.8 over the last 4 matchups.
Well, I mean, I guess we could go to the two of you for these picks, but I think all of us know how each of you are going to pick in this game. So I think that I'm probably going to end up being like the sway pick here. I mean, looking at the way it's trending, I'm going to have to take a tie.
Wow, a tie, which I think if the rules are correct would be home field advantage would go there in event of a tie. So
It's happened before.
Ultimately, Darren taking the Titans, but I appreciate the diplomacy.
Yes, absolutely.
Billy, who you got?
I got Titans gear on, and I can't be on camera choosing us to lose wearing the jacket, so I'm taking the Titans.
Woo.
Wow. So I would make 3 on the Titans, huh?
Try
Well,
this.
I have taken the lead picking against me over the last 4 weeks. It's been well. I'm gonna maybe hope that my ability to predict games in the last 4 weeks sticks with it, and I'm taking the Avalon Avengers to win their playoff matchup.
Should be a
against
hell of
the
a game.
Titans. Man, I hope so. I hope it's not a flop, but it's been.
It's been a hell of a year all around,
Yeah.
really. I mean, it's been a crazy
Yeah.
year when you think about like the number 1 seed is 11 and
2.
11 and 2,
Yep.
and you know,
Everyone else at 7 and
Everyone
6,
else,
and the 9 and 3, 9 and
Yeah.
4 team, and then everyone else 7 and 6. I got the lucky dog of the year being that 6 win
and 7.
team that gets in on
It
occasion.
doesn't happen a lot, but
So it's
because the
been-
log jams, it does.
The log jams happen. Could have been a number of teams. I mean, we all technically, other than the winner of the Hammers Avengers game, could have been 6 and 7, and could have come down where I would have been out, and potentially some other teams. So. It's been a fantastic year. We will see you next week for the semifinal edition, gentlemen. Thanks for tuning in.
absolutely, guys, set your lineup this week because it's important. I mean, know if you have a fucking active guy or not. Like,
It's
this
true.
is the week.
This is the week to
unless,
do it.
of course, your daddy, and then continue to
Or Avengers.
Or yeah.
Don't let him know that this show's on.
All right, welcome to the playoffs, fellas.
Good luck, everybody.
That game on the defense, okay? I don't care who you play, whether it's a high school team, a junior college team, a college team, much less an NFL team. When you turn the ball over 5 times, 4 interceptions, 1 for a touchdown, 3 others in field position to set up touchdowns, you ain't gonna beat anybody I just talked about. Anybody. All right? And that was a disgraceful performance, in my opinion. We threw that game. We gave it away by doing that. We gave them the friggin' game. In my opinion, that sucked. You know, you can't turn the ball over 5 times like that. Holy crap. I don't know who the hell we think we are when we do something like that. Unbelievable. 5 turnovers. One of them, we've thrown 4 interceptions for touchdowns this year. That might be an NFL record. That's pitiful. I mean, it's absolutely pitiful to perform like that. Pitiful. What's that? Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.